Well, this was a video I never thought of making. Today's a very sad day. Uh, you ever get that feeling that whenever a death happens, to someone that you don't, you know their name, you know their works, but you've never met, and yet whenever they pass away, it feels like a punch to the stomach because you admired them, you supported them, you watched their movies, you've listened to their music, or you respected their art or whatever, and then whenever they pass away, it feels like, a bit of your heart or your soul has been taken as well, even though you've never gotten the opportunity to meet them. And Chadwick Boseman was one of them people. Last night, I was up for a few hours. I slept all day because I couldn't keep my eyes open for some strange reason. My sleeping patterns have been getting right back to somewhat normal, but then I just couldn't keep awake yesterday. So I kind of slept all day, and I woke up around 8ish, or 7ish. I'm not exactly sure. So I stayed up most of the night, and then I got tired again, and then I went to sleep. Had a couple hours, and then I woke up around 4, something like that. Because sometimes whenever my sleeping patterns are all that, I just go for a couple hours and then wake up and then spend a couple hours awake or whatever, and then go right back to sleep. I look at Twitter. Actually, no. I looked on WrestleZone, and other things to see what's happening in the comic book world and wrestling world. I saw Roman Reigns has aligned himself with Paul Heyman, which sounds like if done right, which I'm definitely sure it will be. If it's done right, it'll be a good thing. Give Roman this new edge, and I think this could be the Roman that we should have gotten from the beginning. But that's not what this video is about. Sorry. Then I go on Twitter, and then I see the post, and I'm looking at this post, and my heart just sunk. Chadwick Boseman died of colon cancer, and he was in his 40s, his late 40s. And just looking at this post of him, just that infectious smile that he always had. He had this infectious smile on his picture, and it just says, "We regret to," like I'm just paraphrasing. "We regret to inform that they're about the confirmation of Chadwick's death, of Chadwick's passing." And I just sat on my bed, and I'm like, "Oh my God." He was such a brilliant actor too. I mean, I can't remember what year it was. Was it 2015, 2016? Whatever year it was that Marvel came out with a new Black Panther series, and I was always a bit of a Black Panther fan because I liked his design, but I've never read any of his books. But then I collected all of the issues of this comic book, and it was worth it because I really love the series, and now I need to get more Black Panther. Now, Black Panther was my introduction to Chadwick Boseman as an actor, and then I watched 42, and then I watched Get On Up. I watched the movies he was in. The one that I skipped was Gods of Egypt, and then I just saw how wonderful this guy was. And then whenever he was announced to be Black Panther for Civil War, I can't exactly pinpoint the exact timeline that I became a Black Panther fan or a Chadwick fan. Like, I'm just spitballing. Like, I'm just shooting from the hip here because I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Because I keep going where I was. I know where I got the comics. I don't know if I started to get the comics because Chadwick was announced, or Black Panther was going to be a part of Civil War. I can't exactly remember, and right at this moment, I just don't care because it's not relevant. But whenever I saw him as T'Challa in Civil War, I was like, that's perfect casting. That's another example of perfect casting with whoever is doing the casting of Marvel. I mean, you got Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, Chris Evans as Captain America, Scarlett Johansson. I mean, all of these people, brilliant casting. And Chadwick was another great example. I was like, I can't wait for this guy's movie. And then whenever the trailer hit, I flocked to watch it. When I saw the poster, I wanted it. I wanted it on my wall. It broke my, yeah. And then I watched Black Panther, and I was like, this is one of my favorite Marvel movies. I know how much Black Panther what it has done for the black community. I know what it's done for them. A lot of people, a lot of black folk nowadays, they cross their arms and say Wakanda forever. And now we'll say it more. Instead, we'll say either Boseman forever or Chadwick forever, and cross our arms and bow our heads, because I would think that would be the greatest form of respect for him. Because any time that we said Wakanda forever, we thought of him. At least I think we did. Some people, maybe they thought of the city of Wakanda, maybe they thought of the character or T'Challa. But I said it in many ways. For Chadwick, for T'Challa, for the country of Wakanda, even though it's fictional. And just to do it because I loved the sound of it. Wakanda forever. I just love the sound of it. And now, I'm not even going to think of who is going to take up the mantle of Black Panther, because I don't think that's the point. And if anyone makes a video and then says, who's going to take his place, honestly, I have no idea what the hell you're thinking. I mean, that's not a dig at you. That's just, don't do it at this time. Don't do it. I mean, today, August 29th, is actually Michael Jackson's birthday as well. So we lost two great human beings in 2 days. You get what I mean? Chadwick died on the 28th, and Michael's birthday is on the 29th. So if you can understand what I mean, is that makes me wonder what Michael would be doing now if he was still with us, And I'm sure if anyone listens to this, they're probably going to think, he's probably going to look for the next child to go for. And if you ever think that, you need to pour bleach down your ear, because just so to clear out your hearing or whatever. It's just don't come to my channel with that shit. I'm just Black Panther is definitely one of my favorite Marvel characters, right next to the Punisher, Doctor Strange, Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Rogue, Gambit. I have a lot of favorites, and Black Panther was one of them. And now that I remember, last night after I heard the news about Chadwick Boseman's passing, I put down my phone, I went over to my shelf, and I read the amazing first volume of Black Panther. And I can't even remember the guy's name at the moment, which I hate it when that happens, because whenever you get that feeling that you know the name, but yeah, your voice just doesn't say it. You know what I mean? Anyway, this video is to, I don't know what this video is. I just want to voice my absolute condolences. My heart and condolences go out to the Chadwick's family. My thoughts go out to every fan that way he has. And I don't want to put any Black Panther or T'Challa references in this because I don't believe in that. But what I do believe is that he is at peace. He is at peace. I do believe that, for sure. I'm not religious by any measure, but I believe in the soul. The soul is what makes a person what they are. A person who looks at an old woman trying to cross the road when she's got loads of bags of shopping, and then a person walks beside her and he says, "Here, I'll help you out." That's a person with a soul. A person who sees someone fall to the floor and hurt themselves, they help and pick them up. That's a person with a soul. And Chadwick, he was one of them people. He was awesome. Know what I mean? And the fact that he was suffering through colon cancer all this time, and yet still went with the shooting of a lot of his videos, I mean movies, and he still did it. I mean, I'm just not good at this. I'm not good. I just wanted to talk about Chadwick and how much Black Panther has meant to me. Even though I didn't exactly explain how much, I'll just say this. Whenever I read the comics, I felt like I've broadened my horizons to new characters. And through that, it led me to more. It led me to reading more Doctor Strange, even though I was already a fan. I wanted to read. I wanted to go and find those comics of Gambit. I wanted to go find the comics of Rogue. I wanted to try and just get all the comics of whoever character and read all of these amazing books that these great artists and storytellers have given to us. That's how much Black Panther has meant to me. And the fact that Chadwick played that character with so much resolve and so much strength, despite what he was going through, what he was suffering, he still went through it. My heart definitely goes out to that man's family. My heart and condolences and thoughts go out to them. Because they're the ones who are suffering the most because they lost a dear loved one. And I hope, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not good at this stuff. Anyway, I'm going to end this video now. 13 minutes is long enough. Mr. Boseman, thank you very much for what you've done as Black Panther, as every person that you have portrayed on film. Thank you for just showing the world who Chadwick Boseman really was and is. Thank you for everything that you've done, sir. May you find rest wherever you are. May you find more peace than anyone can ever experience. Thank you very much, sir. Chadwick Forever. Thank you, sir. And Wakanda Forever.